My name is Chidinma, but my friends call me Dimma or Chi. In my community, names didn't matter as much as appearances. What mattered was who your parents were, what they drove, where they worked, and how often money flowed into your hands. Sadly for me, my parents seemed to be the poorest people in the entire neighborhood. My mother sold Akara by the roadside, and my father drove a yellow taxi that coughed smoke like an old man clearing his throat. Every morning, I watched rich girls step out of flashy cars, hair neatly fixed, bags shining under the sun. Their laughter always sounded confident, almost arrogant. I felt small standing among them in my worn slippers and faded clothes. Shame wrapped itself around my heart like a tight rope, choking me slowly. Out of embarrassment, I began calling my parents my grandparents whenever my friends asked. I lied without blinking. I told them my real parents lived abroad and sent me money often. Some believed me, some didn't, but I didn't care. As long as I could escape the pity and mockery, lies felt better than truth. The more I stayed around rich girls, the more uncomfortable I became with my own reality. Their phones were latest models, their bags had foreign names I could barely pronounce, and their clothes always smelt new. Each time I returned home and saw my mother counting small change from Akara sales, anger burned inside me. Sometimes, desperation pushed me into stealing small amounts of money from my parents. I told myself it was harmless. I needed to keep up appearances. I couldn't afford to be the odd one out. The guilt always came later, usually at night when silence filled the room. My lies grew bigger. I told stories of vacations abroad, strict but generous parents, and international schools I never attended. The lies became my identity. Without them, I felt naked, exposed, and unwanted. That day, I dressed up to go out like every other day, pretending confidence I didn't have. As I reached the door, my mother called me softly. Her voice carried a sadness I had ignored for years. "My daughter," she said, "I know we failed you as parents. I know you wish for a better life. I'm sorry we couldn't give you luxury, but your father and I are doing our best. Please, be patient with us." Her words annoyed me instead of touching me. I felt angry tears rise. I didn't ask to be born, so why should I suffer? With bitterness, I snapped. "Mama, why did you bring me into this world if you knew you couldn't afford to train me? Why can't you be like other rich parents?" Her face collapsed. Her eyes filled with tears she tried to hide. But I didn't care. I grabbed my bag and walked out, leaving her broken behind me. I moved in with my friend Amaka, convinced life would finally be better. At first, it felt exciting. She lived comfortably, dressed well, and always had money. I admired her lifestyle and believed I had escaped poverty. But slowly, strange patterns emerged. Amaka often dressed up at night and returned in the morning. Luxury cars dropped her off. Sometimes she looked tired, sometimes empty, but she always smiled. One night, as Amaka prepared to go out again, she looked at me and asked casually, "Chi, since you dey stay with me, why you no dey talk to your parents?" I was thinking of another lie when she cut me off. "No lie give me. I know you. Your mama dey sell Akara. Your papa be taxi driver." My heart dropped. I froze. I begged her not to tell anyone. She laughed loudly. "My dear, nobody parents rich among us. Na packaging. Na shower we dey do. If you want stay, you must join." That night, I couldn't sleep. I imagined my mother frying Akara under the sun while I planned to sell my body for comfort. The contrast crushed me. Before dawn, I packed my things and left Amaka's house. I knew I had made terrible mistakes, but I didn't want to destroy my future completely. I walked home with heavy steps, afraid of what I would meet. When I got home, the house was unusually quiet. I found my father cooking and my mother lying weak on the bed. She had been sick. She hadn't gone out to sell akara in days. Guilt tore through me. My father looked exhausted, yet gentle. He said nothing harsh. I knelt and cried uncontrollably. "Mama, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were trying for me." My mother smiled weakly and touched my head. "My daughter, I have forgiven you." Her forgiveness broke me more than anger ever could. I promised to change, to appreciate them, and to be content. From that day, I followed my mother to the junction. We fried akara together. I learned patience, humility, and strength. People laughed sometimes, but I no longer cared. My father started bringing small goodies home in nylon bags: bread, fruits, sometimes sweets. His love was quiet but powerful. I finally saw the sacrifices they made daily. I returned to school with confidence rooted in truth. I no longer lied about my parents. Slowly, peace replaced shame. Today, I am proud to be the daughter of an akara seller and a taxi driver. Poverty didn't define us. Love did. Sometimes, the greatest wealth is having parents who try. Thank you so much for listening to this emotional story to the end. If this story touched your heart or reminded you of someone, please subscribe, like, and share so you don't miss our next powerful story. Your support means everything, and more inspiring stories are coming soon.